All right, so V103 International. I got my African brethren here, Rotimi.
What's up, family?
How you feel, brother?
I'm blessed, man.
Yes, you are, man. I mean, I've seen you just kind of do a number of incredible things over the years, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
This very well deserved, man. How does it feel, man, right now?
It feels beautiful. You know, like the hard work, the sleepless nights, the tears, the doubt. You know, the conversations with God. You know, everything, man. It comes to this point where you're finally happy. You're finally doing what you're doing. You're making the music that you want to make, and you're doing the projects TV-wise that you want to do and movie-wise too. So I'm in a great place, man, taking care of my spirit, my soul, my body, everything, man.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
What in terms of the advice that you've been given in this journey, because a lot of people aren't always as easily able to make this transition from, the screen in terms of having legitimate music.
Yeah.
So, what's some of the best advice you've received as it relates to kind of bringing all that together?
Just stay true to yourself, man, and also just respect the craft of music. Take your time. Like everybody wants to. It's a microwave world, so everybody feels like they gotta make. If you give people quality and you give people quality at a very high level, it doesn't matter where the record's coming from. Music is good music.
Absolutely.
So we took our time with my projects, whether it was Love Rhythm, whether it was In My Bed featuring Wale. We take our time with the music, and it speaks for itself.
And speaking of that, In My Bed, it's a dope record.
Thank you, bro.
I think that collaboration with Wale, obviously, when Africa connects on a track, is just very different. For you, did you intentionally seek him out on this, or how did that come together?
Well, Wale's always been one of my good friends, but this particular record, we were listening to it at the label, and we were just like, who would make sense? And it was unanimous. It was like, I think Wale would kill this. He knows how to speak to the women, but also knows, a Nigerian connection and everything. So it just felt organic. It's a friend. I text him right away.
Sure.
He just got a #1 record at the same time. So it was just the stars lined up for him. Yeah.
One of the things that's interesting since we've launched V103 International is just this understanding, and of course being the first generation, I'm sure here.
Yes.
What is that like for you when you kind of just see overall just the reaction, the response to African culture, particularly West Africa? What is that like?
Oh, it's beautiful because it wasn't always this well received in the States.
Absolutely.
So
it was hard.
It was hard, bro.
It was very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah. So it was always cool to be Jamaican. It was always cool to be, so now it's like a fraternity to be African.
Absolutely.
It's pride, and it's cool because everybody is just trying to figure out where they're from, like doing the ancestry. So they'll be like, I'm 15% Ghanaian or 17% Nigerian.
Yeah.
And that means a lot because knowing exactly where I'm from, it's like, okay, wow, we're really making an impact on the States and everywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, just knowing that you have spent so much time with 50, has he done his Ancestry.com?
Man, I don't know where he's from. that man is a Martian, bro. He's not from here, period.
Yeah.
But he's a different beast, man. But that would be dope to see what he actually is.
Yeah.
But I know he's Jamaican. I think he's Jamaican.
Okay, he's got those roots. I can see that.
I think so. I think he's Jamaican.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just for you to have graduated in terms of now, your music is being so well received, but you obviously have been around a lot of people.
Yeah.
What's it like working with somebody like 50?
Man. Working with Fifth, man, like it was a blessing early for me because I was able to see how to be a triple threat early from someone who's one of the greatest to ever do it. And I learned from a lot of listening, whether he would pull me to the side and teach me things, or just watching how he moves, how he operates his team, how he conducts his business, professionalism, how he takes care of his body, how he'll have like his trainer with him. I started having my trainer, shout out to B Lane, always with me as well. So like you start doing things that you're not even realizing you're emulating, and you see greatness. The man is just got a star, you know what I mean, in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So like, you see that, and for 5-6 years to soak up that knowledge, man, that's one of the reasons why I even bought a crib and right out, because of the business mind as well.
So you would say, I know a lot of people have a perception of him.
Yeah.
And I think that he's, I've interacted with him before, and I felt like he was a very brilliant guy, humble guy too.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people kind of have him misunderstood in a lot of ways too?
Oh, I think so for sure. I think 50 shows you what he wants you to see. and that's part of his brilliance. But if you really get to know him, man, he's one of the most kind people. You know, he'll give you the shirt off his back, literally. You know, if he believes in you, he's with you, and if he doesn't believe in you, then you know you got work to do, because you know it's credible from when he says it. So, yeah, I think he's a unicorn, man. Like, he's different, you know. And so to be around that energy was definitely a blessing.
Awesome. Now, I know you just recently came back from home, from the continent. What was that experience like on this trip, particularly?
Yeah, you know, we did Ghana, and it was incredible, man. Like, just to see thousands of people singing Love Rhythm, you know, and going to Tanzania and you see the whole crowd singing In My Bed, and then you go to Nigeria and everybody just like, thank you, welcome home. Like, it's an amazing feeling that not a lot of people are able to say they can feel. And for me to be able to feel that so early in my career, man, and to continue to build it, I just want to just keep getting better and better and better, man.
Absolutely. It's kind of funny to me because when I think about the world has gotten smaller through this whole digital platform. Yeah. And so I know a lot of people, even at home, you know, I'm from Ghana. My family's from Ghana. So I know a lot of people at home are up to speed on power and everything else. Yeah. So what was that reception like when you were just kind of moving around among the streets?
Oh, my God, I couldn't walk, bro. Yeah. You know, it was a homecoming, you know, and we're neighbors, you know. Absolutely. We're all from the same place. Absolutely. So it's beautiful just to receive genuine love. Like, the love from Africa is a different type of love. You know, it's wholehearted. Like, I love you. You know, you represent us, and it's championing. So it was all of that for the whole time I was there, for sure.
That's dope. I was in Lagos for about 4 weeks this summer, and like you said, it's just a different vibe and experience. And you know, Africans, we just have a way of really, you know, the support is like, wow, you know, see one of us do it. And I know you've made the continent proud.
Thank you, brother.
Especially, you know, West Africa. So I just say keep going with that. And one of the things that I've always thought about, just knowing kind of like, you know, your history, and especially with 50, I remember the story of him going to Nigeria early on. Yeah. It was kind of, have you all ever talked about that?
No, we don't talk about that. Okay. I heard too many different stories. It was crazy.
But you know, just knowing that, I mean, when you come across a lot of other people just in the industry now, like, is it hard for them to understand how connected you are to your African roots? Like, they probably didn't really know that initially, but just kind of discovering who you are in a different capacity. Interesting.
I think people started putting 1 + 1 together when I started doing Mr. Butterscotch.
Yeah, your video, those videos, they're hilarious. I love that.
Thank you, bro. So I think that kind of just turned the whole, like, why is he doing this? And then, like, oh, he is this. Oh, he's for real Nigerian, you know? And so that kind of turned it. And then I'm proud to say, you know, I'm first generation Nigerian everywhere, because I feel like we're making our mark and we're trailblazing. You know, the States has never embraced Africans like this. Yeah. So to be one of the ones on the forefront of it, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man.
It's kind of crazy. On a political note, what were your thoughts? You heard about the travel ban.
Yeah, man.
And it was sad. You know, for me to just hear that, I was just like, wow, man. But what are your thoughts on that, and just what the climate is politically?
You know, I don't get it. You know, I think you're taking away a lot of opportunities for a lot of people, millions of people, you know, that are a lot of Africans out here that are contributing to the culture so strongly, and you're taking that away for what? You know, for what reasons? And there is no reason. It's just because. And I think it's wrong, but again, you know, somebody's gonna come back around and change it. You know, and you know, but we'll have to just stay strong and stick together and figure out new ways to bring ourselves over. And with social media, we're innovative, so you know, they'll still feel our presence here.
Absolutely. Do you anticipate, you know, having a residence in Africa as well?
Oh yeah, I just bought a crib, man.
I should have known. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, I talked to my pops about it, man. We bought a nice penthouse, you know, flat out, man, and just cause I know the property is growing.
It's getting crazy. It's crazy to see. You know, it's funny. Lagos reminds me so much of New York.
Now,
it's crazy, right? And then Accra kind of reminded me of Atlanta.
Yeah,
you know, just in terms of vibe and temperature. But I think that whole connection to the A is crazy.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It
right?
is. Yeah, it's very similar, man. Even Abuja is kind of like a Buckheadish.
Yeah, Abuja. And Abuja kind of like or DC.
Yeah, DC. You're right.
It gives you those vibes, you know, and just to see what African culture as a whole is doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a big deal because, you know, from the clothes to the music and everything in between, it's really infiltrating the world. And I would say, you know, especially after like a Black Panther, so to speak.
100%.
That really opened up a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah,
and,
I think it started with that.
It did.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like we've never seen heroes in that capacity. So, you know, to see that. And of course, you know, anytime I see a brother like yourself, I'm just very proud to know that it's finally happening.
Yeah, man.
You know, what's your favorite dish?
I definitely go with some egusi soup.
Okay.
And some pounded yam or some fufu.
Okay.
You know, the jollof rice, I'm not gonna lie, you know, Ghanaian jollof rice is hitting.
Hey.
I didn't say it was the best. I didn't say it was the best.
He won't go all the way in, but we understand. We understand.
It's a vibe.
I know. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that, bro.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
What do you think that people are going to learn about you in the forthcoming, you know, months, years that they haven't really understood? Because one of the things I've observed is like people have a hard time distinguishing between your character sometimes and who you really are. And I think that may be a testament to just how great you know your acting was, as well as the overall series. But I feel like people are really starting to discover who Rotimi is. So what do you think they're going to learn about you?
They're going to learn that, you know, I'm humbly, and I say this because it's given through God, like I'm one of the most talented people that you'll ever meet. You know, I know that for a fact. I know that I'm hardworking. I know I'm very spiritual. I love my God, man, you know, and I'm going to be here for a very, very long time. And, you know, and everybody that's around me, my team, they're going to be here as well. And they're going to do their own thing too. So just paving the way for whatever we got to do.
What type of businessman is Rotimi?
I love real estate. Very smart with my money. Funny thing is, man, I think people start discovering the story, but I never spent $1 of my power money for 6 seasons. I never touched it. You know, I always lived off of my hostings and endorsements. So I saved an insurmountable amount of money. Yes.
Yeah.
That never was still the first purchase I actually bought was my house in Georgia. And that was so I didn't have a mortgage or anything. So I put that money back into myself, you know. So that kind of mindset where like I'm buying real estate, you know, and getting into apps and certain things that I'm working on right now too. So everything is just coming together, man.
Yeah. Is it interesting when you know, a lot of people maybe you went to school with? I know you went to Northwestern, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What are some of your classmates? What are their thoughts now when they see you doing all these different things?
Man, they knew it.
They knew it.
Yeah, they knew it, man, because I was always the one winning like talent shows or battle of the bands or performing, opening up for the celebrity artists that would come, you know. So I was always that person, you know, and they always knew my drive. Like I'd be the one that would go to take a final and take the train to downtown Chicago to open up and do like a nightclub or something, you know, or a talent show out there. But I always wanted it, man, and I always was saying I was gonna do it, and they believed it, you know. And of course you have people that be like, nah, you can't. But majority of them like, yeah, we knew this day was going to happen, bro. It was just a matter of when. And so, you know, I stay true to that.
True blessing, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're a global citizen.
Yeah.
You know, knowing now we've got V103 International. I got to shout out Sheila O.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Chicago, man.
Yeah, dope, man.
Doing her thing too. But you know, you're going to be performing on the 28th, man, and we're really looking forward to it, excited about it.
Thanks, man.
I've seen, you know, a lot of your online performances, and the women go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know that the Buckhead Theater is going to be special, and it's special too for V because I think, you know, in Atlanta, it was something that we really started here at V. You know, before other stations across the country were doing it in terms of just really opening that up. So for me to see it and witness it is really more of a dream come true. But what should the fans anticipate, man, on February 28th, man? Last day of Black History Month.
Oh, man. You know, I think they're going to get a beautiful show, a lot of energy, great music, great vocal performance. a lot of charisma on stage, and you're just gonna see me do what I do best, man. And like I come alive when I'm on stage.
Absolutely, man. Well, we want to thank Rotimi for joining us. It's I think the beginning is something that's going to be a long time, in the works, and that we're going to be continuing to build upon. So thank you, brother.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is. V103 International.